We are on the Dare to Be Kind World Tour, and I want to talk a little bit about my personal story because people really don't realize why I'm doing this. I am not on an adventure. I am on a determined path to bring kindness and respect to everyone. It saddens me to no belief that we are still fearful of one another. And in my opinion, humble opinion, it can only be eradicated through kindness and respect. We are so much more alike than we are different. And the reason I say that is because of my personal story. You know, I am one of the first cross-cultural adoptees. My biological mother brought me to a Catholic orphanage in Pakistan. Can you imagine? She must have been Muslim because my name was Nasim, and she just dropped me off at a Catholic orphanage. Maybe there were no other orphanages. I don't know, because the truth is I know very, very little about my birth country. I only know the negative stuff that you hear in the news, which is too bad. I've heard it all my life about Pakistan. And I know that there's a lot of good in countries too, even though a news outlet might not always say the right thing or good things about the country. So that's one. And then I spent 3 years in that Catholic orphanage. That's where I got the name Gabriella, which, to tell you the truth, I think is an awesome name today. Of course, I love it. I wouldn't want to change it for the world. But something in that start in life makes me realize that one decision of one person has such an incredible impact on myself and on others. Think of my family. If I hadn't existed, they would have been with another child. Maybe this other child would have worked out better. See, every single choice someone makes has a consequence, not only for them, but for other people. And when I say that, I mean that with no blame, nothing. And so when you think of that, so does kindness. The only difference is we know that that single act of kindness leaves an impact forever, and a positive impact. So take my example. So I am in that Catholic orphanage in Pakistan, in Rawalpindi to be exact, in case anyone sees it, that is from that region. And there is a lady that visits the orphanage and that is sweet and kind and stops to chat with me. And I, in turn, not only chat with her, but I spontaneously embrace her knee because that's about the height I came. And I said, do you know where my family is? And she thinks, of course, that I'm completely wacko. And because there are no families for these children. And I keep telling her that. And so she's kind of wondering what this is about. So she finds out that there is a family in the Netherlands waiting to adopt me, but that it is impossible because of the paperwork. It is so incredibly difficult. And so I don't really know how they made it happen. All I know is that they did. And while making it happen, so many people came together. The orphanage worked together with my future adopted family. They worked together with this kind lady called Helen, and all of them and her husband worked to make that happen. And then this child gets a family, and I know how the West thinks. The West thinks that that there is something shameful about being poor. And it's one of the things that I hope the Dare to Be Kind movement can show, that there is no shame in poverty. None at all. There is actually no shame in most things, because we are human beings. We make mistakes. I have made tons of mistakes. And this is why I can so easily talk about it, because the pain and the suffering that you go through, I felt like I only had one choice. And my choice was survival, first of all. And in that survival, I said, I'm going to find my might. I'm going to find that incredibly strength that you have internally. And unfortunately, the strength only happens to show up when you have adversity, when the pain hits you, right? But then again, we have several options. You can become an addict of something. You can try to escape. You can try to run away. You can try to commit suicide. There's so many things that you can do when you are in these painful situations. And believe me, I have been in several big ones, and I have tried a lot of things. And I realized that the only thing that could make me a human being that could go out there in the world and proudly say, hi, I am Gabriella, is by finding my might, that internal strength. And I took it and I made it into my greatest strength. And that in turn makes me the cause's best ally. So you are like that too. When you take your pain, when you hear of someone that talks passionately about homelessness or passionately about suicide, it's out of experience that we talk about it. So those people also became an ally. Do you see what I mean? So the Dare to Be Kind movement takes the road to not only show you on a continuous daily basis that kindness is a choice that you can make every single day. When I meet someone and they are rude to me and, kind of mean and bullyish, honestly, I take a huge step back and I know it's not about me. I know that their life is just full of stress, and it is in that stress that I learned to say to everyone, nobody strikes another human being coming from a positive place. So what does that mean? Well, that means that the person across from you who's going off like a lunatic is really unhappy. And let's pretend for a second that we have 7 billion people on this planet, and I failed math, so I hope I'm in the right direction there. Then 6.9 billion people are actually unhappy. Think of that. Think of that. The next time that you think you can't be kind, we can. Because you know what? We've all been there. Nobody knows what another person goes through. Nobody knows if I was sad this morning, or if I was happy this morning, or what we really deal with on a daily basis. Because when you meet me, I look happy, I look put together, but that's not always true. What is true is that my heart is in the right place, and that we try. So here goes. I try with the Dare to Be Kind movement to bring it to you, because I believe it's a global movement, and I definitely believe that wanting the world to care is a worthy cause. Definitely worthy. And all I'm asking you to do is to do one act of purposeful act of kindness. One only, within your 2-mile radius, that start making an effect with kindness in our area. That's it. That's all I ask.